know what it is with me? A lot of people would always ask me, why do you play in tournaments with different players and you give players that's not really that good a shot? But it's like when I was growing up, like I remember nobody was like, I'll play with that kid. Like I would try to get on the court with all the top guys and they'd be like, I don't want to play with him. Like I'd rather choose my own partner, you know? And when I never wanted to be the best, but when I knew I was gonna be a threat in the sport, I said, you know what? I want to be the guy that never judge a player for his skill or talent. I know what it feels like for those people never to really get a shot. So the reason why I gave them a shot is because I wanted to show them, like don't think because you're probably the number 100 player that you can't get a win. Let me bring you in and show you that you have this spark to you, and I just want to get you this win and motivate you, make you branch out, you know?
All I'm hearing is, yo, Josh, you want to play in the next AB?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Burning Rubber. We're here with Timbo Gonazalez and Justin Rodriguez. As you know, we have burning questions, and Justin's here to referee those questions, and Timbo's here to answer a little bit about you know, his worldview of handball and his experience with the game. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Timbo Gonazalez. I want to thank you guys for having me, you and Justin. Currently #1 ranked big ball player, 1 world in the world. Also a rebel athlete.
First question I always have is, why handball?
Great question. For me, the reason why I would choose handball is because of the environment I grew up in. I grew up in a rough area, you know, a lot of gang violence, a lot of drugs, and I would always see my friends play the game, and I was like, this game, it looks like it's boring. One day I said, let me just give it a try. I don't want to be, you know, the person that, you know, ruin the day and be like, yo, I'm never gonna give this a shot. So I just tried it out one day, and I actually had fun. We was laughing, you know, we was just making fun of each other for missing shots on the court. And just instantly like that, just having those good laughs with good friends, I was just like, yo, I want to keep playing it. I said, let's try it again. Yeah. And then from there, you know, it grown on me.
Was there a match that you saw that you were like, okay, like that where you took it to the next level? Like when did you like know that you wanted to even be a B player at the sport?
My stepdad was actually a top player, and on the weekends when he didn't work, he would travel to tournaments and play, and he would always bring me. That was kind of like mine and his time to bond. You know, I would go watch and play sports, which I always loved sports. I always, whether it was watching it or being involved in it, like I just always wanted to be around something that had to do with being active. So he would always go to these tournaments and play, and I would see like a variety of players. At that time, there was so many players, it was ridiculous. So I was like, why is there so many people? You know, we just come into a regular handball court. Yeah. And at that time, you know, I didn't know it was tournaments. So they were like, oh, it's a tournament going on. And he would, you know, he would play in the tournament. He would do really well. He was a respected player, was well known. And once I seen like how intense the game was, I see people diving and getting their arms scraped up, knees scraped up, just, you know, going so hard for this sport. I was like, I want to do this. Yeah. And then I saw, you know, the rewards of it, like how humbling it is to win a tournament, and everybody's like, wow, like, you know, congratulating you. Also, you get trophies, money. Yeah. Instantly right there, I knew I wanted to play handball.
Was handball the first kind of tournament that you were ever in? Like your first like competition?
No. Okay. I'm as, you know, a human and as a competitor, that's just in my nature. So I've just always been, you know, competitive in sports. In high school, I would always, different seasons, I would always play different things.
Do you remember your first tournament that you won in handball?
In handball?
How about the first tournament you ever played in?
In handball. My first tournament I ever played in. Wow, that's all right. My first tournament I ever played in, it was in open doubles in Parkside. It was a weekday event that Izzy would throw in Parkside, and he would have it every week. But it was so crazy because you would have players that would come out from like Coney Island and like Sunset, like all these, you know, far places and parks, and they would come all the way up there just to play in that tournament. So it was like, it was good because like I was like, you know, I want to play these guys and represent, you know, where I'm from. These guys are coming from all the way out
Did you
there.
win that tournament?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Do you remember who you
I
lost
got
to?
smacked up. I lost to P. Hustle a lot, to be honest. P. Hustle, at that time, P. Hustle was really good, and he was playing with Pooch a lot, and at that time, Pooch was really good. So this, everybody has their time. And at this time, these guys, they were a really good team. Pooch was, he was a beast.
Slim fit, yeah.
He was doing his football thing, also handball, crossover, which is an excellent thing to do. So he was really fast and had a lot of power. P. Hustle was just, experienced, and he was just a very smart player on the court. So they made a mixture of a really good team. And at that time, they were always coming and just, dominating those tournaments mostly.
And what was the first tournament you ever won?
The first tournament I ever won was a B-doubles at St. James Park, which is my stomping grounds, where I first started playing handball. And I first started, seeing that it was more than just a sport in a park. So that was my first tournament that I ever won. I played with this guy named Jose, also known as Mickey. But this kid was amazing. I don't know if he still plays to today, but a lot of players, they definitely know him.
Did you like playing through the years? Do you find like those guys who are like, damn, like if he just applied himself, he could be like.
Yeah. I know a lot of guys that if they were to keep playing, like they would have probably even been giving me really, really hard games and trouble, man, because these guys was really just talented.
Yeah.
Like sometimes there's parks that I've been to that I've played players and I've never seen them before, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna just walk by them and they give me a really good game, and I'm like, wow, why don't you play in tournaments? And they're like, no, I'd rather just stay in my little park and just play here. They're like park players, and it's so crazy how you can just go to this park knowing that I'm probably one of the best players to ever play the sport, but you go to this park thinking that you're just gonna play nobody, and this guy ends up giving you the game of your life. It's so sick the way that could be out there like that. It's just it's just weird.
Can you pinpoint the year that you consciously decided that you want to take handball and make it something a lot bigger in your life?
I would say between 2012 and 2015.
So like when you were ascending into like.
Just when I was just like I basically lived handball. Like,
right.
That's what that was my everyday go-to thing.
Yeah.
This is when I also realized that handball was getting somewhere. I started hearing about, all players play in Ireland, Mexico, Canada, China, and Basque. So at that time, I was like, this is also when a lot of videos started just popping out on YouTube. So for some reason, I was just like right there at the right time. And I had people reaching out to me on social media, through Twitter and Snapchat and Instagram, and it was just like right then and there, I'm like, I want to, do something with the sport. Or if I can travel and help expose it, and just me going out there, showing people my face. Just any little thing that I could do, I was with it to go get it done. One thing that I think I have over everybody is I'm very observant. I like to watch more than I like to actually play the sport. I enjoy watching a really good game. I could sit down one day and just watch a bunch of games. As long as, it's equal level and it's a good game. I enjoy watching that and, just taking certain things from certain people.
Do you have a favorite defeat, like someone who you loved losing to because you felt like it enhanced your game the most?
Rookie, of course, because he sets the bar. He makes you. He will make you pay for your mistake. So when you was playing a player like Rookie, at the time that I was coming up, you knew right then and there, like, you can't make a slight mistake because he will pick up on it. Even if you separated the points between you guys, if you even gave a slight hint that you're tired or just anything that he could see that he could just pick on to get himself back into the game, he would do that. And I think that's what I mostly appreciated about playing Rook my years of coming up, was that he taught me how to never even give a slight bit of confidence to a player or make them feel like they have a chance in the game. You always have to be aggressive and just keep playing your game. Never let up.
So I have a question about your game style.
Yeah.
A lot of people that observe the way that you play can consciously figure out that you don't necessarily play with a serve.
Yes.
You have a very basic serve. Is that because of a comfort level, or is that because you're just that confident that you don't need an advantage of using a serve?
Definitely has a lot to do with confidence level. When I go into a game, I know that I'm the heavy favorite, so just knowing that, it relaxes me in the game, because sometimes you don't want to go to a game overconfident, because I've learned, when you're overconfident, that's when, you can take that out. And that one is the one that hurts because you were so confident. So I try to go in with a balance, of being comfortable and confident. And I try, like, when someone's like, oh, you got this tournament, you're going to win this tournament, I always try to say, I'll just take my game one at a time and just let it speak for it. Let my game speak. I don't have to really tell somebody I'm going to win this tournament. At the end of the day, I have nothing to prove to nobody but myself. Exactly. So, like I said, when I'm going into a game, the reason why I play so basic is because I rely on consistency. Consistency will always keep me at a percentage of winning higher and lesser than losing.
So, on the way here, we're talking about 2012 Timbo versus 2013 Timbo.
Yes.
I personally always go to 2013 Timbo. I feel like that was the year you dominated. I remember challenging myself at, it was an AB in Braddock. And I said, I'm going to count how many mistakes you make in a game and see if I can only use one hand. And you only made 4 mistakes in the game, unforced errors. That's the type of consistency you're referring to, right?
Yes.
You're like, listen, I'm going to make sure that you beat me. I'm not going to beat myself. Right?
Yes,
that's what you're referring to?
Definitely. In the game, it's based on errors, So the way I look at the game is, this is how I look at my perspective of an A player. People are going to have their bad days. You're not going to make every shot. But if you can play the game and you can be consistent and chase down every shot and just out-volley your opponent or out-hustle your opponent, that's just as good as you making all your shots and killing every ball. Some players, they just have that style that they shoot. But what are you going to do when you don't have a plan B and all your shots are not landing?
I like that.
What are you going to do? You're going to just keep shooting and missing?
Man. That's a master mentality.
So this is my point of view as an A player. In order to be an A player and an elite, you have to have a plan B. You have to be able to adjust your game when you're not making your kills and be able to, either pound your way through the game or out-hustle your way through the game or wear your opponent down. Get him tired that he start making errors. And you just start hitting angles that he don't want to chase.
Yeah.
I like that. Is there a shot in handball that you feel you haven't mastered yet?
I think I could do almost any shot in the game. It has to do with a lot of your footwork. If your footwork and the timing is right, you can almost make any shot you want. It's just whatever comes to the mind at that time and moment. There's shots that I have that I don't even do anymore. But when I do them, I'm like, wow, I used to always land this shot. But sometimes you develop a stage when you get so good that you have so many shots. Your shot selection is so open that you just go to whatever at the time just goes right to your mind.
So are you going through like percentages in your head? You're like, if I run over there, it's going to be this difficult to hit that shot versus if I stay back here, it's 100%.
Exactly.
Does that go through your head, you
Yes,
feel?
definitely.
Okay, that's interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because that means that, there's a lot of assessing that goes with it, but you're not even necessarily thinking about how they're reacting. You're thinking, am I going to be able to return this to them? And then, like, okay, how am I going to set up the next shot so that it becomes kind of more difficult for them to return it, but also easy enough for you, you're always, like you said, you're always making a plan B for like the next shot, kind of even.
You always want to puppet your opponent. You want to be able to control.
Yes, right.
Chess, exactly what Justin says. Whoever controls that center, they have most likely the best chance of winning the game.
Yeah. This is the first time I've heard puppet the opponent. That's very interesting.
So my basic strategy when I'm going into a singles tournament, the reason why I serve from the middle is because I don't want to create an angle. Say I'm serving from the right side of the court. Now I serve an opponent out to the left. And now I'm creating an angle. Why would I give him that angle to push me out of the court when I don't want that? I'd rather be in the middle. I'd rather serve the ball as deep as I can over my shoulder. That way it limits his returns. He can only go a lob to me, which also is in my advantage because if I take a step back, now he's out of position. And I can shoot the corners. So that's one of his options. He can either lob it to me. The second is he could go down the line. Which, if he goes down the line on me, all I have to do is just take one step. I could go right back down the line because right away he's thinking to run to the right. He's thinking I'm going to cross him. So I could push him right back till he gives me that setup I want. And that's the reason of my serving in the middle, to keep control of that middle of the court.
So I had this conversation with you the other day, but I feel like there is a misconception or misunderstanding in your game when you're playing doubles that I would like for you to tell the viewers that are watching this. A lot of times we see in videos you talking to your partner in a certain way and almost telling him what he's doing wrong. And sometimes it'll be on a shot that you hit, but you're still telling your partner something based around his positioning. I want you to explain to the people that are watching exactly what's in your head and why you feel like you got to tell them something.
So, of course, you know, doubles, it's a team. The way I view a doubles game is, as long as my partner is in position, which is in front of his opponent at the short line, spaced out with his legs, making it harder for an opponent to get around him when I'm going for a shot and not making it so easy against whoever the opponent is. Position is everything in doubles. Because when you have a player that is not in front, and say there's a shot that I'm on defense and I want to transition from defense to offense, I can't use my partner being in position. Now I have to work with the little bit of space that I have and try not to get myself out of the play. So when you have a partner that's in position in front, it helps keep you on offense and keeps your opponent on defense. Also, the reason why I'm so hard on my partner is I don't like how comfortable my partners get when they play with me. They rely on, oh, I'm playing with Timbo, he can cover 90% of the court. Listen, which is something I don't mind doing. I'm gonna go 120% if I want to win and get us that win. But you have to show me at least that little bit of drive that you want to win, which is you being in position, which is you going for the right shots. Even if you miss them, if you miss going for the right shots, I'm not gonna be mad at you because you're going for the right shots. I don't like when my partner I'm playing with and they just playing nonchalant and they just want me to pick up the team slack.
It's almost like
the reason why I'm so hard on them is because I know their full potential and I know they can give me that little bit of 10% when I give that 90. They could give me that little 10% that I need to help me motivate myself to play better and help us get the win.
So my question that I want to ask is, I feel like at this point in handball, you have assumed the villain position, the Joe Durso position, where it's not that people hate you, but it's that you're so good that they kind of want you to lose.
Yes.
Do you accept that?
Yes, I accept that.
And is it something that at one point did you always accept, or you had to like understand that we need that in this sport? We need the Joker in order to get the Batman.
The way I look at it is I channel that, you know, into positive energy for me. I kind of use that to fuel me when I'm in a game. Like, for example, there was a tournament that I was playing Kadeem and Josh, and it was me and Allen at Grover Cleveland Park. And they were, you know, they had the chemistry over me and Allen at the time because me and Allen was just starting the team up. And they were just out playing us. And Allen, you know, he had a bad day, but all I remember is the ref calling the score, and there was someone in the crowd that said, "Let's go, Kadeem, you got nothing to lose, you can beat them." And they were winning at the time. And all I remember is I looked back and I pointed at the person and I said, "You're gonna be the reason he lose." Just because of what you just said. That motivated me, that they wanted to see me and Allen lose and they were rooting for Kadeem. I didn't take it disrespectful, but it just motivated me, and I turned back and I felt like I had to say something. You're going to be the reason they lose. And me and Allen came back and actually won the game when they were actually beating us the whole game.
That's awesome.
So what would you say your mindset was before that moment? Like what were you thinking right before that guy said that?
It was more of me trying to figure out what am I gonna do to get myself into
Right,
the game.
yeah.
So I was basically looking for something to grab and get a hold of to
Oh wow. That's
and
crazy. So it's like sonar, you're always like boom, like trying to figure out what's gonna come back.
And then it pop right in that little white there it is. That's when I'm grabbing.
Have you always been the person who's always grabbing at what's gonna push you to win the game?
I've kind of always been like that because I always want to prove to myself that I can do something and prove to others that I can do what they think I can.
Yeah.
So I've kind of always, look for those little things.
Yeah.
If I'm playing an opponent that's really confident in themselves when they're playing against me, that's exactly what I try to snatch out of them. So when I'm going into a game, my thinking is game is 21. So I look at a game like if I can get up and I can score 7, 7, and 7, that's 21. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to make those 3 runs.
There's another one, bro.
Who was that? Kadeem,
What you said?
Kadeem talked about the compartmentalizing. Compartmentalizing the game
and
so that
it's just a lot of players are really talented and gifted, but it's not just that they're good. It's also stages when it comes to levels. Like you have to be able to hold your opponent when it comes to defense. I think my defense is that when I'm on defense, I transition it into offense, which will helps me a lot. I can turn a bad shot into a good shot. And now it goes from you having me on defense to me having you on defense.
I find that amazing about handball, that you can only score points when you're serving. That's very interesting to me, because that it gives you like a level of like when you're on defense, like you got to get through that. Even if you play good on defense, you're not even making points. You know what I'm saying? Like
you got to play better when you're not serving.
Yeah, when you're not serving.
What I got so good at was when I first went to the West Coast and played handball. They play rally scoring, so every point count. Which it teaches you how to be disciplined about your shot selection and know not to make no mistakes, because right away if you make a couple errors on defense, that's points for your opponent.
I see.
So that kind of helped me also.
Right.
Like little things that I've done, like playing different versions of handball, like 4-3. I sponge all of that in, and that helped me, become the player that I am.
Now that your strategy has changed since you've been playing for so long, and we talked about like just in general, how do you approach a match when you feel like certain tools just aren't available to you anymore?
This year has been my hardest year, even though I'm grateful that I still, was able to win a lot of tournaments, but physically I'm not in the best shape. Mentally I'm there still. And I think that's what, still keeps me going.
Yeah.
That, and also my experience. My core IQ is better than a lot of players. So, just those little simple things can keep me in the game and help me get that motivation I need to overcome, that slack that I have this year.
And we talked about court IQ, like, now you just have to play smarter, instead of just trying to, brute force it.
Relying on my athleticism. I think that's something you gain, as you grow in the sport, which is a beautiful thing, because at times when things like that start to happen, you don't even realize you have that set of skills until it happens.
Right.
So I think right now I'm learning to embrace that, and I believe when I get myself back into physical shape, which is this winter, I'll be ready for the summer. I think that's gonna take me even a step higher.
You're gonna Grand Slam next
That's
year?
what I was gonna ask. Are you looking? Because we're talking about it.
That you guys are doing. And I'm looking forward to it. And it's gonna whip me back into shape and make me, get ready for it.
So do you think so the point system? We can talk a little bit now about like the future of handball. What do you think about the point system? The potential point system.
It's not in there.
The idea that there would be kind of like a league where what you do in each tournament kind of carries out through the year and kind of show in a body of work what you've done. Instead of just like, I won this, the points will actually say, this is what I've done. Look what I've done in the sport.
I think it's a great idea. We have, a whole bunch of tournaments And I think that, you know, stats and the point system should be enforced in the sport. It's a step ahead, and that's something that we should have been, you know, had. But I appreciate that now, you know, it's coming aware to, you know, all the organizations and, you know, the people that host tournaments, and I love it. I think it's a beautiful idea. It's just gonna motivate more people to play in these tournaments. So you're gonna get a better turnout. You're gonna see more talent. You're gonna see who has that drive and hunger, and it's gonna be better for the sport.
We have our lightning round where we ask 5 questions.
We already asked him one of them. He said Castle Hill, so we got to fill that in.
Oh yeah, or well, usually we do 4 in a bonus, so maybe we'll just do 4 this time, and then we'll cut the bonus. All right. So you know, in the shortest answer possible, 1 or 2
it's the first thing
words.
that comes to your mind. We don't want you to think about it.
Yeah. So favorite player.
In the sport, handball.
Yeah.
Pee-wee.
Favorite shot.
Left hand spike to the right corner.
Favorite tournament.
Gladiators.
Favorite partner.
Davo.
There you go.
Davo? I love it. Yo, I love the lightning round.
That's dope, man.
I love it. And
that surprised you, Jesse?
Yeah, that surprised me. I have
man.
last one, bonus question.
Oh, of course you do after that answer.
What's the favorite game, your most favorite victory? First one, think about it. First one.
Beating Sean Lennon in small ball 3 wall in California to win the crossover best player.
Man, you said Davo. My head. Yo, because one of the first tournaments I ever watched you playing, you played at West 4th with Davo. Wow. Who you played in the finals? Rookie and Baseball Chris? Was that one?
Rookie and Baseball Chris.
Yeah, man, that was when I first. You know my memory, man. I was wearing my Eagles jersey that day, right? I was Rookie
with
was
a
on,
Yankee hat.
Rookie was on the floor. Rookie was on the floor like this, and he was like, "Go!" Baseball Chris stepped over somebody and rolled it out. You remember that shot?
We played on the last court.
On the last court.
I got the memory. Wow.
This dude's memory's crispy, yo.
Mine's is too.
I remember that, man. That was one of the. I think that was the first open doubles I ever went to.
Can I tell you something?
Please.
I've never known Davo to bet more than $20. When me and him played in that open doubles and guns, when we played Gio and Rook, at that time me and Davo was dominating so many tournaments that it took them to put their differences to the side and pair up to try to take us out as a team. And Davo pulled me to the side and said, T, I will never forget this. He said, T, I have about 500 to 1,000 in bets. He said, you know I don't bet like this, but I'm so confident because I'm playing with you. He's like, I'm willing to put up his work check and bet it all on us. And he looked me in the eye and I said, if you got that much faith in me, we're gonna win. And we end up winning that game, which was actually the most viewed doubles game on YouTube.
It does.
And it was a.
You had long hair there, right? Yes. Yo, long hair Timbo was a different breed, man. Different breed.
Like Solomon with the hair, man.
Yo, he came to King of the Courts one day with the double braids. I'm like, yo, who's beating this dude?
But the best thing about the game is I learned to embrace my losses, and they make me become better and focus on, you know, the next time I'm out there performing, and it gives me, you know, a little motivation to, you know, prove somebody different. But I'm actually glad, you know, that I had this downfall this year, and I embrace it, and I'm looking forward to next year coming back stronger.
Your downfall still statistically got you on top, just so you know.
Yeah, but to me, you know, I'm a little hard on myself. I don't show it, but you know, when I'm in the house and hitting my head on the wall and stuff. But
that's awesome.
I'm definitely gonna get it back together. So.
Dope, man.
Bro, we appreciate you coming on this show.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate what you guys been doing lately.
Let the camera know, like, your social, like where they can watch all your stuff.
I got Instagram, Timbo_Gonzalez_FWW. I also have a Snapchat, Timbo_Gonzalez, and Facebook is Timothy Gonzalez. You can reach me on either of those social media accounts.
Perfect. And yo,
Alright,
for
guys.
everybody watching, he said he's playing with me in the next AB. All right? He
heard it here first.
literally described my game and what he said he wants his partners to do.
All right, guys.